Hello, this is a voiceover Sunflower reporting in for the first time within this video. You'll hear me a few times throughout this video. Um, this is partially because I swap between editing styles for a lot of times, and that unfortunately is just very bad. I'm just recording this as a pre-fire so that people don't get annoyed or disgusted by how many times I have recorded and talked about editing. Outside of that, later on at the end, you'll hear my new way of making videos, which is basically what I will be doing will be showing what I did on screen or off screen, really, and showing what I would be doing on screen as in recording. With that, I'll see you later in the video. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Sunflower's Greg Tech New Horizons Slow Run. This is episode 4, and you're probably noticing something very different. Number 1, I got a mic. Number 2 is that we finally started the orchard. I did this off camera. I also made a bridge, but we did this part off camera, and I'm very happy about it. Throughout the video, you'll see me fill this in with a wall, and furthermore this will also act as a Thaumcraft area. I decided halfway through that, like, this is some good space, it has pretty nice structure, and I think we can make it a Thaumcraft area. So this will be my Thaumcraft area. With this, I also want to show you guys also another thing. It involves the base itself. We have done some renovations. We are gonna also do renovations on the outside too, but another thing I wanted to discuss is that you guys are gonna have to hear my keyboard for the rest of time until I can patch it up. But this is what I've done. I have taken inspiration by builders, especially within Project Singularity. If you guys know anything about them, especially with Hekiba's base. I decided to go with a factory block with technical block underneath, I guess you could say. So we have a redecorated floor for the forgery. We might redecorated roof for the entire thing. This is all the same thing for the entire thing, except for the storage room. That will take a while, but we got some stuff done for the flooring. Might redecorate the walls. We have also decided to stay consistent and use stone walls for at least the majority part of the space, especially here. But here, I started using basalt. I changed. I think I changed it to mainly basalt. That's the same for here. Made this all basalt. I think this was the same as the last episode. I don't know if I don't remember right now. And then we're gonna change the roof. Storage system looking a bit better. I think they made some additions. Got some coal. Also, with me being on the grind, I've also made a lot of steel. So you're probably looking at a full episode about progress in building. Again, and then this is the main crux of it all, the portal room that we're going to be using for the Nether. And in fact, we're probably going to build that soon. I just want to finish up building this. So you're probably going to see me, we're going to cut to when this gets finished, and we're going to try and we're going to make this our Thaumcraft area. But we're looking at the main goal of today being mainly, let's get up Steam. Our main goal is to actually finalize getting the Nether, get sulfur, get some more steam machines, get this is what I want the most. Getting a buffer system is another thing I think we're gonna work towards. Probably another base revamp also off camera. Definitely gonna do that. And we're mainly it's gonna be the Nether. The Nether is gonna be the main part of this episode. And before we continue with anything, I'm going to discuss my new recording style. My first thing is we're going to do jump cuts to any important thing, but also I'm going to be editing raw footage, you know, the gist. Hopefully I can actually start putting like working things like pictures, PNGs, all that. You've slowly seen me get better at making thumbnails too. But right now we're going to cut to when this is finished. Okay. Boom, and we're back. So here we are. So after building it for quite a while, I have finally finished out the full thing. So here you'll see me, no, not see me, but you'll see the walls are now made out of basalt, black granite wall pack, not wall pack, but wall material with the bricks, using the chisel that we were gifted during the class book 2. That thing has a lot of durability too. Please use it as much as you can. I have made simple stairs up into the crux of it all. This will be our main research place, I think. I kind of want to build this, like, I want to make a grand tree, kind of like a grand, I don't know how to say, like something that connects. All these plots are gonna be are slowly growing with dirt. Uh, I use a silky jewel on the run shovel to allow myself to actually grab the dirt and allow it to pass by each other to spread. So with that, this is the main gist. This is the entrance to our main area. I think it's really spacious. I think it looks really good too. We have the chance to also make this way more cooler than it already is. But outside of that, I think it's now time to explore a new dimension, a new place, a new journey. We're going to the Never. So the main thing about the Never is you really want to go there when you have really good gear. Obviously. But it also allows us to open up a lot of different ventures. So we're gonna clear out some of this inventory first, and we're gonna venture out into the Never. This is why I also wanted to collect all that dirt too, just for certain stuff. Later on, I might, or later in my free time, I might. I'm sorry for stuttering so much, but I might make additions to the base. Aside from simple stuff like that. Right now, you're just gonna witness me clean out my inventory, clean it all out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Our stuff I don't want to clean out. But okay. Impure. On there. And then you guys can go in here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Time to go to the Never. I think I put my stuff in here. Now, there it is. Well, bam. And unironically, no, not that unironically, but it is actually hard to use flint and steel in this version because Greg Tech is mean and likes to torture us. We have to do some special work. Now, obviously, this is kind of weird making my portal like this, but I don't have symmetry, and I refuse to redo this entire room for symmetry and for symmetry's sake. I think actually we're gonna make this one more higher. This one, okay, we're gonna use our pickaxe. Because unfortunately we don't have enough modifiers on our thingy to get the full stuff.
we're gonna make this one higher. And now we... Oh, first try. Wow, okay. Maybe they changed it. But we got the Never. And time to explore. I'm gonna immediately come back because I don't feel like mining right now. And where is my stuff? Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, wow. Wow, we got read. Wow. Whoa. You're probably wondering why I just panicked there. Well, number one, we just spawned next to a entire Never Fortress where it's home to blazes. But more importantly, let's discuss the entirety of what we can expect from the Never. The Never is very important in Greg Tech progression. We need sulfur, we need quartz, but mainly sulfur. Sulfur allows us to make rubber, which allows us to make wires, and allows us to also make components for LV. But before that, I do want to dive into the Steam Age, but you're going to see me mine a bit, and you're also going to see me freak out a lot. But the main reason is because all blazes are literally infernal mobs. An infernal mob, if you don't know what they are, and if I haven't showed you guys, it's a mob that has just extra buffs for no reason, but to make it hard. Yeah, we're gonna go back, light it up. It's definitely gonna be way more dangerous than the Twilight Forest. Oh, what is this stuff? It's ash. Is it? I was spawn like it spawns me right directly near a thingy. What is this? I can't see it because my recorder thing is in the middle of it. But we got an immediate quartzite vein. That's something I was not looking forward to getting. So that's really nice. I'm very scared right now for my life. Is this? It's this. What is this? Smoldering grass wall. So you probably just heard what I recently said
Top 10
about
things I am
us needing
definitely
some
afraid of is
steam
the
and steam
Never.
machines and a buffer. So
Because it's the
let's
Never.
discuss which each of those are first before we dive
So
into
yeah,
the
we're
footage
gonna
of me making those
carve out a
and
little hole
progressing.
here. Definitely.
First, steam machines.
Everything
we
can
need a
kill
lot
me,
of
by the
different
way.
steam machines, either
Like
for
everything in this
cost
biome will be able to kill
and
me.
material values. You'll see them on
That's
the
why I might
screen,
make the
which ones
crossbow
I'm
too.
aiming for right now.
Oh
Next
man,
is a
I'm
buffer.
very scared. Like dead
Buffers
like
are very important because they are able to smooth out the differences in flow. So like
this
how
is actually scary.
you see
I've actually never
an
been
alloy
more scared in my
smelter
life.
taking out about, I think, 480 steam per tick, and our steam machine's only producing like about
because if I break
120, we're able to buffer it out, make sure that there's a buildup, and then it allows us to actually use
what is that?
the alloy smelter without fail.
Yeah, I
stopping
hit
halfway through a
jackpot
recipe.
like spawn. Oh,
Really
yeah,
important.
that's another thing I have to be really
Next
careful about.
is essentially
genuinely speaking,
more
here,
so steam production itself.
lava's gonna suck.
I plan to make another
It's gonna do stuff like that.
water tank and more boilers so that it can progress. Next, and not mentioned in that footage, was also the fact that I kind of want to revamp our
this
current
at all isn't
building.
that scary. That's
So with
bloodwood.
that, I'm going to be going through a
every blaze is infernal too. So
steam
that's
age
nice.
setup.
That's very
and
nice to think about.
We'll cut to me building and
yeah. Where did that even come from? Boggles my mind. Anyways, we gotta clear out a place for my area. I am going to shovel all of this. I can't deal with this.
Oh, diamond. That doesn't help things, to be honest. I don't like that. Again, all blazes here are infernal. So, essentially, I am toying with death here. I just need 3 things, man. I need sulfur. Oof. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this in my free time, bro. Yeah, I am going to cry and cry if I am here. As you can see, those things scare me, because they are infernal. And being in a room full of infernal stuff does not help things. Infernal mobs are crazy, and I don't want to deal with crazy. And yeah, yeah, no, you're not catching me liking here. We're coming back here with diamond armor. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's our never portal. We got hit with the fortress. Why I don't know, but we got hit with it. That also unlocks um this. I need to make rubber. Please. I might just I don't know because like, to get this requires a lot of research and also blaze rods. But yeah, that's how you make me scared. Like I kind of don't want to go into the Nether because of that. Um, we are faced with a decision, and I am probably gonna. So today, but by the way, main goal was actually to just get these class stuff here done before starting LV and LV production. Also getting a buffer. So let oh the lag. Oh okay. We're going for we're definitely going for LV and not LV but Steam production cuz the Never scares me. I don't want to be there right now. Probably just got hit with a full voiceover explanation of what we're doing. The next part is showing you guys what I have done. So I have remodeled the base very differently. I spent about 100 to 200 pieces of iron, but outside of that, let's progress. So the first thing that I mess in whoa, holy stutter. But the first thing I mentioned was getting either a buffer, and I think that's really good. I think that's the next part I plan on doing. The first part actually is to get more steam machines because I need steam output to be equal to a lot of things, and then we'll get the buffer right after. So let's get let's get some small coal boilers. You hear that? Let me look actually. And that's our 3 bronze boilers. So with these bronze boilers, we're able to output more steam than we are, producing. Okay, so the buffer. Hopefully, I hope there is a cost. This is what I want. I wanna. That is expensive. Oh my goodness, we gotta smelt some iron, but I don't have a multi-smelter yet. I did go on a mining round trip, so I did get a lot of magnetite. Oh, I also got a Thaumonomicon recently, so yeah. And I also got a little bit of the bee quest done. Okay, so while we wait for this iron to... This is the cheapest one, but I also don't really have a way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually hook up all the steam power to one specific block called the compressor. Okay, so we're gonna go get our hammer time, our anvil, our stuff because we need this, and I really want the plate ratio to be 3 to 2, and 3 to 2 is better than anything because this entire recipe here costs so many plates that I would need to be doing a lot of stuff, and it probably cost me about 200 iron in general. Heroes. I think I really need is really just a compressor for now, and I think one can just handle itself. So let's take some coal coke. 44k. How much is this? 200k. So that's gonna fill up. That's gonna fill up. This is gonna actually be really fast then. Okay, so we need to make the anvil. We need 5 blocks of iron, 2 screws, and then 2 plates. The 2 plates are pretty easy, and then the 2 screws are also pretty easy. So 5 blocks of iron. That's gonna be hard. That's 45 iron. Thank goodness for this smelt. Okay, put some more coal coke in there. I need to go do another coal coke smelt. Okay. What is steam getting into here? How much steam are we getting? Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to wait for this to stockpile. Holy moly. And I know this steam setup can be optimized, but like I don't really care. It's gonna be optimized as soon as I get this. And then we'll get the extractor soon. My problem is I need glass, and I didn't need to use the alloy smelter, and I want to do that after. So that's the main goal. And then I said I did get back to the Nether, because as I wait, we're gonna discuss this building. So I went back to the Nether to get some quartz to get andesite really easily, because a lot of this is used andesite and technical blocks and tough blocks. I found an amethyst geode. I think I found another one. This is gonna be the main way we're gonna be making our base. Furthermore, and you probably noticed that I made another water tank because I needed double water because I I think it's better to have two water, especially since this one reset it. So because I had to move it back here. Later on, I want to do LV pretty easily, and LV I want to immediately just do one up. And I think that's when I do Bs, and I want to do it. Roof is like this because it's easy. It can be easily converted into a number 4, and we'll probably expand out a bit more for either this section or for the other sections. And then for glass panes, because I didn't use the alloy smelter, I used villages. That's saving for dollars because doors have an obscenely bad recipe in Greg Tech. Just use a axe and a silky diamond shovel because it works either way. So as we wait, let's go make the plates and screws because I think I just used all my plates. So screws is a pretty easy recipe um, compared to it all. Because you take a file, and this will get better over time too. A saw, and then you refile them together to get the screws. And I'll get better because we'll get cutting machines and other things like that. There's our anvil. So this should be our stuff. No. Oh, we need to print this. So my recording got deleted of me crafting the forge hammer because it didn't leave the program. Hopefully this time it does, but we got it. It's pretty easy. Now another thing is you'll probably see a lot of different editing styles that I've started to incorporate as I watch more YouTubers and more stuff. So each one's gonna be very unique. So far, one thing I have liked so far is doing voiceovers. And the more I progress in this game, the more I realize like, oh, it's gonna be hard to do like let's play solo run videos. No, obviously it's gonna be a solo run. I'm gonna still do that. The main thing I'm just gonna be changing up is just how I do these videos. Number one, I'll probably just record the crafting and the task that I do each time. It'll probably condense the videos now into 30-minute videos instead. In fact, that's what's probably happened to this. Next is mainly just getting the time, because once we reach LV, it's going to be like because I want to do bee breeding and stuff like that. LV is going to be kind of weird because you're just going to see the same screen each time, and I want to keep this series more informative than a let's play because it's very hard to do let's plays of Greg Tech, especially considering the fact that there is a lot of let's plays of Greg Tech and series like this. So keep in mind that this editing and this style is probably not going to last for any much more longer. In fact, I'm more likely to go into streaming me playing this and me going through the traversities of this, and I'll probably just upload the live VODs into this channel. Outside of that, yeah, so we got the forge hammer. We're gonna jump cut straight to when I get the materials needed for the buffer, and getting a buffer again will just allow us to finally have consistent usage of steam machines, and in fact will probably lead it into getting a macerator, a multi-block. That is probably the next goal. My next goal, and I'll probably do macerator off camera because I do want to do progression off camera as well. But that's our goal. So we're gonna get macerator, multi-block. So as I wait for this to get fueled with enough steam, my goal for next episode is to get multi-block, or not really next episode, but over my time, is get a multi-block macerator, more steam machines, finalize getting gear ready to go into the Nether, because right now I'm wearing imp skin, pants. I have iron boots and I translate iron helmet. Not that good, and it's hard to be in the Nether because everything will attack you if you look at it wrong. Uh, Next would probably be me getting sulfur mining already done. What else would there be? Probably, yeah, just sulfur. Let's see, what else is there? Sulfur. Yeah, sulfur mining, getting wrought iron is probably something I want to do on my own. Specifically because it's just gonna be it's just probably gonna be the way to go, to be honest. Yeah, getting wrought iron is probably the the one I want to do off camera because it is stupid hard because you need to take iron nuggets, which you get from sawing normal nuggets and getting wrought iron. So yeah, and then after doing wrought iron, I probably want to tackle all these quests off camera. Then, as soon as I can get this, yeah. So literally, LV progression is probably the next episode. All the rest of these quests are gonna be my own, and I will continuously tell what changes I will do to the base and what I have done, because it is again very hard to do a playthrough like Greg Tech. That's why this first half of the video was also kind of weird, was more different from this half where you have me cutting a lot. So yeah, it's mainly probably gonna be VODs or just straight raw footage again with more cuts to progression, or yeah, just either VODs, straight raw footage cut with some voiceover and some summary, or anything like that. It might take, and I've said this again, Hekiba has been a big inspiration, but I think I'm gonna take the Hekiba approach and do just massive summaries of what I've done and how to accomplish them. Because this is a slow run, I teach you how to do things in Greg Tech as I also learn. Because I am very limited in my Greg Tech knowledge, but yeah, I wish to do it kind of like in a Hekiba style, but way more personalized than just doing Project Singularity and stuff like that. But it'll be my own series too, so don't worry. So yeah, but we have enough steam, and let's go ahead and start compressing. So I already have like 63 iron ingots here, and this is what I mean by getting 2 plates for the cost of one. Boom, and that's 2 plates. So now this allows this quest to be completed with extraordinary speed. And I'll just get the iron bars from like dungeons that I just know around. And screws will be easy. The bronze pipes will be easy. The gauge, on the other hand, I'm also just gonna go and get glass panes from a village. I refuse to do it. And the glass panes, unironically, or not really the panes, but the gauges are actually gonna be very expensive. And I'm very glad that I did some off-camera mining. Okay. This is what I mean by we need at least 2 bug boilers. Can this combat it? If not, we're just gonna... This one receives water from both. Okay, then we could just do this. This is losing more steam than it can produce. This is why we need the buffer, because the buffer will continuously allow machines to be like just run without having to worry about stuff like this. We're running out. Bro, come on, bruh. It was so close. Okay, well, I'm gonna do let that stockpile up. Yeah, so that's one thing we really gotta change the the uh the speed that these boilers can produce. I think, yeah. So once we first get the thing, we're probably gonna stick with this for like probably for me for probably like 2 gaming sessions, and afterward we're gonna switch over to things. So I'm gonna do that off camera. I'm gonna switch these to better bronze boilers, and then later we're gonna move these up into the sky or get exposed, like expose this up that these guys can get sun, and then we can just start doing our bronze missions like that. I think this can do this many more. But that's how we're gonna have to combat this problem right now. We just need more steam. As it runs out really fast. The middle one and this one run out too fast. Because even though this one is getting fueled, this one is immediately running out. This one's running out. Let's see. Okay, and we're just gonna let this connect like this. Okay, compressor good. So that's how we're gonna do this.
So, when it comes to the recent recording you're seeing right now, this was done with a voiceover because I wasn't able to make it for this, or I wasn't really able to record with a mic, but you'll just see me really put up the railcraft multi-block tank up, and later on you'll see me cut to when I finish up the piping and all the routing and doing all that. So far, this is probably the best way for me to record right now. Just getting the task at hand done, and then recording a voiceover or having some audio recording during it. So somewhat like this entirety of the video. Hopefully that hopefully I can find a consistent way of doing a recording style. Hopefully soon. It probably will happen next episode where I have fully actualized a good way to record. With this, I will be doing a lot of SteamH off-camera grinding because in preparations for LV, I want to do some stuff on my own, but it's mainly going to be simple progress, not something that you'll see me do fully. So with this, enjoy the rest of the video as I try to So it's been a while since I recorded in a formal setting. I don't have my mic plugged in, so if the recording is a bit different from the other times, um, that's why. But recently, I've done more infrastructure and more base building. I have done mainly over at the tree farm. I've actually started to employ trees. I expanded the farm, got some more crops. I made 4 bricked blast furnaces, or 3 more really, but 4 to speed up steel smelts that I'll be doing in between time. I upgraded some of the base to iron doors now instead of keeping the wooden ones. I finished the infrastructure within the actual steam, which will actually change later on, where this will be replaced by solar boilers very soon, and it'll feed into this, which will be actually underneath, and then that'll feed back out into the single block machines, but also the macerator for the multi-block macerator, and what else is there? I think forge hammer and stuff like that. Then I made the charcoal ignition pit over here, I think it's called, or charcoal pile igniter here. I'm probably gonna get rid of some of this latex. So that is the main things that I've done. Why are you here? I've upgraded my longsword. Got some upgrades on some of the on my tools. That's the main stuff I wanted to highlight before I end this episode. Outside of that, during the time that you'll see of this episode and episode, I think 5, yeah, 5, you'll be seeing me enter in a lot more LV, like beginning steps of LV. So with the episode, I want not this. With the episode, I want to mainly highlight what I'm going to be doing next episode. So next episode, the main things I will be doing is getting this entire thing done, but this will be different. I will have a different editing style or recording style now. Whenever it's like things like making rubber, I'll probably just do a voiceover because these are pretty self like these quests I'm pretty much gonna do self-explanatory. These will be all on my own. When it comes to making rubber, I'll probably actually doing rubber on my own time because rubber itself is probably I'm gonna want to get to dollies soon. So yeah. Anything that requires stuff like this, and then stuff like these quests over here, and then all in all, just stuff like stuff that is pretty self-explanatory. Finish up some of the quests up here, get the benefits. The main thing I wanted to highlight again without that is the recording style. In this episode, I have discussed like probably 5 ways that I'm gonna change my recording or editing, and you've also seen that with how I did do the editing and recording style. Well, that's also I'm gonna reiterate it again, I guess. I'm going to primarily now just do how I was doing episodes 1 through 3 with a little bit of voiceover and a little bit of raw footage. I'm probably not gonna employ too much heavily in the editing because I'm gonna be to be very honest. With Greg Tech New Horizons, it's more so better to just do big raw footage recordings as I do this, and then later on focus on just editing it and condensing it into a summary video. So that's what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably most likely, and again, this might be subject to change, but I'm most likely to just do big hour-long editing footage. No, not editing footage. Big, like, hour-long footage of me just doing progress. And then at the beginning of each episode, I'll tell the main goal that I do on camera, and then what I did off camera will be what I show prior to entering the episode. So with that, I hope that oh, I hope with that I also got some weird armor, but I hope that this hopefully I can make a better change for the recording style. But with that, this has been Sunflower, and I'll see you guys next time.